I knew I had a body. I knew I was in a sitting position, but I was in a darkness I had never experienced in my life. As I was going backwards, I didn't know at the time I was going backwards, but all of a sudden I heard a voice behind me. And the voice said, "Turn around, the light is here." You know what I did? I wouldn't turn around. I said, "No! I want to go back. My family's hurt. They need me." Then the silence of just that sound like a tunnel again, and I was listening. The reason I think my sense of hearing was so keen was because I was listening with everything within me, trying to hear a whimper, a cry, trying to hear some form of evidence that some of my family had survived that terrible accident. Silence again. I'm concentrating. I'm in a sitting position. My elbows are on my knees, so I assume that I am sitting, leaning forward, concentrating, trying to hear some evidence of life. When again, the voice speaks to me a second time, and it says with a greater urgency, "Turn around. The light is here." And again I said, "No! I want to go back. My family's hurt. They need me." Now, I had no idea the power of the human will. I had no idea that out of my body I had a choice. This was a revelation to me. The voice did not continue to persist. Only the sound of this tunnel sensation. When after that, all of a sudden, I burst out of that tunnel like being shot out of a cannon. And as I burst out of it, the earth was right in front of me. It's like I was shot out of it, sitting down, going backwards, to where I could see the earth. And you know how they zoom in on the earth from a globe? They zoom in on it. Well, that's the way it was. In my total peripheral vision, I could see nothing but the world. And all of a sudden, the world was just doing this, getting smaller and smaller that fast, till it went down to about a baseball size, in my perspective of what I was looking at, and I passed the moon. I looked over at the moon and I said to myself, "That's the moon. I've seen many pictures of that. That's what the dark side looks like." And I was thoroughly enjoying the moon. But the moon then was getting smaller and smaller, and then another planet and another planet went by me. One went by me below. One went by me on the left. And I'm looking at these planets, and I look back at the earth, and the earth all of a sudden is about the size of a marble. For some reason in my spirit, I knew it was the earth. It's like I could look at my pattern like you go down a highway, and if you look down a long straight road, in the periphery of the highway you remember certain landmarks. I remembered the certain orientation of the planets I had been passing. And as I looked at the earth and thought, "My goodness, I'm a long ways from home." You know, all of a sudden, as I'm looking back that way, I burst into what I call the Milky Way. Milky Way didn't swirl like clouds in front of me, but they were so numerous. The planets were so numerous, I could not do like I had been doing before I entered it. Before I entered it, I could distinguish each and every planet I passed and see beautifully the size and the character of them. Now, all of a sudden, there were so many, all I could do was try to focus in on one, but it would be left behind so fast. But I could focus in only long enough to see that it had different characteristics from the previous one I had just looked at. So here I am. I'm looking all around at all of these beautiful, sparkling planets that I am passing, so numerous and so fast. And I've completely forgotten about home. I've completely forgotten about my family. My mind isn't on them anymore. I am just totally entertained by all of these beautiful, beautiful heavenly bodies. And I was thoroughly enjoying that